I have to give a shout out to Justice for All for sending me this article. And I have to say, to Justice for All, you was real fast with sending me this article. You must have came across this immediately and sent it to me the exact second it came out, because according to the article, it was posted at this time. It's probably a minute ago, but when I opened it up, it said 29 seconds ago. So you were real quick with sending me this article because you knew how much I was invested into this story. But shout out to you nonetheless. So we have a major update involving the sperm donor, Tariqa Rountree. As you know, for these last couple of months, I've been following this story heavily, giving you update after update. Well, I have an interesting update for you concerning the sperm donor. Richard Rountree, not to be confused with the actor, because a lot of people still get it confused with the actor. The sperm donor, Tariqa Rountree, has been sentenced to 8 years in prison after pleading guilty for his role in the death of his daughter. I guess after so many times, they actually finally got him to plead guilty. I kept saying to myself, why are you trying to plead innocence when there was actual footage of you in the videos while your daughter was being tortured by that bitch, Cynthia Baker? So he has been sentenced to 8 years. I can see why they gave him 8 years, because they probably gave him a plea deal and he did not directly kill his daughter, meaning he did not actually do the murder Cynthia Baker did. Although I believe 8 years, he should have got more than that, because at the end of the day, he was the one that led his daughter to her to be in that position. But let me go ahead and read what they have to say. The sperm donor of an 8-year-old girl killed in 2019 by his girlfriend pleaded guilty Thursday to child endangerment. Richard Rountree was sentenced to 8 years in prison as part of the plea agreement with the state. Rountree of Normal was charged in January with endangering the life of Rika Rountree. The child died of injuries related to blows inflicted by Cynthia Baker. Baker was convicted of murder in November. She faces life in prison, which she is sentenced in April. Now that's interesting, because I could have sworn they said that Cynthia Baker was trying to get a whole new trial, but the way that they're framing it, it looks like that's not going to happen, and it looks like her sentence is actually still on the table, unless there's some other things going on that we don't know about. But based on what I just read right there, it looks like her sentencing, as far as her getting life, is still there. It's just that she hasn't been actually formally sentenced, because I know her, as a matter of fact, her sentence was supposed to happen at the end of January, but for some reason I forgot they did push it back, because she was upset of the quote unquote sloppy job that her attorney that she was assigned did, even though there was no way she was going to get out of it, because there's video evidence showing her torturing this child. She deserves every bit of the crime of the sentence that she should be receiving. She should get the death penalty for real. But a lot of y'all called it. Y'all said he's most likely going to get sentenced before she is. So whoever said that in the comment section before, when I did a video about him, who said he's going to get sentenced before she did, it was pretty obvious. But shout out to y'all, because you called it. The jury that convicted Baker watched the video collected by authorities from Baker's cell phone. The disturbing video showed that the frail child forced to hold cans in her outstretched arms as she stood naked in the bedroom. Before she was found unresponsive in her bed, state child welfare authorities investigated numerous other injuries on the child, including a broken tooth and facial bruises. An autopsy detailed more than 50 scars and marks on the child, injuries a pathologist attributed to child abuse. Richard Rountree was depicted in the videos as a bystander to the abuse. He also recorded the girl being ordered by him to stand on her head. Now, this one I did not know. So he did actually torture her. It said that there's video of him ordering his daughter to stand on her head. Now, you know what happens when you stand on your head for a long period of time? All that blood rushes there and it makes you dizzy. In her emotional victim impact statement read in court, Rika's mother, Antoinetta Rountree, told her former husband she has forgiven him, but she does not agree with the 8-year sentence. First off, I would have never. I don't know why she even forgave this guy. I don't even know why she forgave him. Whatever the sentence is, it will never be enough. Rika was 8 years old and you are her dad. So that's why they gave him 8 years, 1 year per life. You are her dad. Well, the sperm donor. You were supposed to be protecting her from the pain that you brought to her, said the victim's mother. I feel like you deserve to die in prison. Well, that I can get with. Richard Rountree asked public defender Carla Barnes to read his brief statement directed to his ex-wife. I should have protected her better, and I'm sorry. Yeah, you are sorry. You are a sorry piece of shit. You are probably one of the worst pieces of shit I have talked about on my channel, and trust me, I've talked about a lot. But you are definitely right up there. In a statement of facts read in court by Assistant State's Attorney Mary Cole Rountree, prosecutors laid out the timeline of abuse spread out over several months. The girl's father knew and participated in some of the physical and emotional harm, said the prosecutor. He did not protect the child, nor did he intervene. After the hearing, McLean County State's Attorney Don Knapp said the 8-year term mirrors the 2016 sentence imposed for a woman charged in connection with the death of her 3-year-old son. The sentence is consistent with the judgment imposed on Danielle Fisher in similar, albeit not the same exact circumstances related to endangering the life of a child. Nicholas Compton is serving life in prison for causing internal injuries that killed Robbie Kramer, acknowledging that no sentence or punishment can ever adequately counterbalance the loss of life. We believe this sentence is appropriate. Like I said, I don't agree with the mother. First off, I didn't even know they were married at one point. I don't know why she still has his last name after what he did. You shouldn't want any type of attachments to him whatsoever. But I do agree with her saying that 8-year sentence is not enough and that he should die in prison. I do agree with those 2 points. But he will be going to prison, put his ass in gym pop, and let that be the worst 8 years of his life if he even makes it all 8 years. Because they are going to destroy him once they get wind of this case, if they haven't gotten wind of it already. Now, see, Richard Rountree probably thought he was going to get out of this, but it was Cynthia Baker, that bitch he laid up with, that threw him under the bus with that document saying that he knew what was going on. Remember in one of the earlier videos that I did about this, and it was a document that was given to them. I don't know if it was from Cynthia Baker or somebody related to her. I think it was her sister or something like that. It was some text messages or something like that. I can't remember exactly what it was, that basically gave him up that he had participation in this. Although she did throw him under the bus, I'm glad she did, because he could have walked scot-free from this. And knowing that he actually played a role in this, like making her stand on her head, they should make you stand on your damn head when you get into prison. It's going to be a long 8 years for this guy, because they, like I said, they do not cater to child abusers, child molesters, and child murderers, even if you did not kill the child. And then the worst part about it is, this was your child. This was the child that you helped bring into the world, and then you ultimately helped take out of the world. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this down in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. Follow me on Twitter if you have not done so already. Have your notifications turned on. I will talk to you in the next one.